Now, Mike, what years were you at Assumption again? Just remind me.
2010 to 2014.
Okay, perfect. So we're about the same age then. So we kind of both experienced this because I want to get you sort of touched on something, and I appreciate the kind words as far as there's no blueprint. And I think we've definitely seen that in the sports media world as far as the evolution of social media. You know, it's so funny that I have a lot of conversations with people, and we all, we both know because we live in that space that social media at times, there can be a lot of toxicity and there can be a lot of negatives that come about it. But I always tell people, I'm very hesitant to bash, say, a Twitter or any other social media platform because, 10 years ago, like I wouldn't have a business without those platforms. 10 years ago, that wasn't even really possible. But I want to get your take, again, being where you are in the sports media world, just your overall take on the evolution of social media, how it's affected sports media, how it's changed it, and I guess where you think it's going.
Well, I mean, not to do a history lesson, but I think back to when I was in college, one of my sports journalism classes, our assignment was, to write the future of sports journalism, how you see it in 5, 10, 15 years. And I don't think anyone really expected to see the things that we're seeing necessarily or how we're seeing. I mean, being able to go live on your phone. I mean, think about that. I know it's simple right now, but think back just 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. Being able to go live. I remember when Snapchat came out. I mean, just me and my roommates being in our room, just like, what is this? I mean, it's funny to think about that because it wasn't that long ago. But I just remember doing that story, and the title I had for it was Fast Food, Faster Journalism. And that's just the way it's become. Everything we do has to be instant. And obviously that can be very dangerous too, because now we're going up against people that aren't quote unquote doing it the blueprint way, like people like yourself who are working hard. And like I said, there's no right way to get into this business anymore. I mean, obviously, and that's the other thing. People sometimes laugh or they just kind of raise their eyebrows like, really? When I say this, I didn't go to a journalism school. I didn't even do an internship because I had to make a decision when I was in college. My coaches kind of told me, my assistant coaches, they're like, all right, you want to miss spring football to do an internship. That's great. Can't guarantee you a spot when you come back.
All right.
And what am I going to do? So that's why I had to create a TV show from scratch at that point. So, and everything kind of worked out because I just, just listened to people and just shut up and just did whatever I had to do just to break into the business. But I think the amazing thing is sometimes is when you think about just everything that we have right now, people are getting their information in different ways. You got to find a way to be able to grab people's attention, number one. Number two, you got to be able to do it in a way that's going to be able to connect with them, that is going to make them want to come back for more. I think of local sportscasting, and it's this like cookie cutter business, or it has been. I mean, some of the greats have really been able to stand out, but you don't want to look like an asshat. You know what I mean? You don't want to go out there and do these gimmicky things every single night because some people might like that, but the majority of people aren't going to like that. So you got to find a way to be able to be unique, give people something that they haven't seen before, or they won't see anywhere else in town or anywhere else for that matter, because now you're going up against national places or places like regional, like the SEC network. It's the same way on Twitter. You got to be able to do stuff. But going back to just Twitter battles, I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, I've there's few things that I regret that I say on Twitter, but I like to have fun with it. I like to have fun with it. My mentality is, because I have back and forth with people. I mean, that's one of the things that I feel like separates myself from some of the other local sportscasters. I want to be able to be engaging with people because at the end of the day, we're the middleman between the team and the viewers. So I want to be able to have those conversations, those back and forth, those bar talks over on Twitter. So I think you got to be able to, realize I'm no better than anyone else. Don't swing down at people. Be able to make jokes. I mean, I can laugh at myself. I mean, I don't care if someone makes a joke about me. But when I make jokes about people, I don't want to swing down. We're just having fun, just busting balls. But there's obviously a line. And like I said, there's few moments I can recall that maybe I crossed the line that I wish I could have took those back or went about it a little different.